Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Faerie Queeneby by Edmund Spenser. This book is broken into 6 books, and we also have a few fragments from the 7th book. And in each book, we have a self-contained story with different protagonists representing various virtues and with different antagonists that represents the heroes opposite. In Book 1, the Red Cross Knight, who represents holiness and who serves the Fairy Queen, travels with his lady Una and her dwarf. He has an enchanted shield that protects him with a red Christian cross on it. His ultimate goal is to find and slay the dragon that has been terrorizing Una's parents at their castle in Eden, but he has many adventures and faces many challenges before then. At one point, they encounter the fierce half-woman, half-serpent monster Error, whom Red Cross manages to slay. Later, the evil wizard Archimago disguises himself as a friendly old man and uses his illusion magic to make Red Cross believe Una has been unfaithful, causing him to continue his journey without her. While separated from Una, Red Cross is further led astray by the tricky sorceress Duzwa, in disguise as a fair maiden. A trio of Saracens, namely Sansfoy, Sansloy, and Sansjoy, also cause trouble fighting with Red Cross and trying to kidnap Una while she is alone. Luckily, Prince Arthur comes to the rescue. Arthur eventually becomes the legendary King Arthur and he protects Una and forms a friendship with Red Cross. At the darkest part of the journey, Red Cross encounters a monster Despair, but Una saves him at the last moment. After recovering for a while at a holy house, Red Cross is finally strong and slays the dragon after a fierce 3-day battle. Red Cross and Una can finally be married, although Red Cross has to leave soon in order to fulfill his duties to the Fairy Queen. Book 2 switches over to Sir Guyon, who represents temperance and who, like Red Cross, also goes on adventures in service of the fairy court. After being defeated in the previous book, Archimago tries to convince Guyon to attack the Red Cross Knight, but he is unsuccessful. Guyon then happens to run into Amavia, a woman who is dying. She tells him how her knight was killed by the evil pleasure-seeking witch Acrasia. On his way to Acrasia, Guyon ends up on an island devoted to idle pleasure, but his own temperate personality helps him escape it. Similarly, his temperance helps him in combat against hot-headed knights like the fiery Phryocles. At last, Sir Guyon makes it to Acrasia's bower of bliss, which is filled with men who have fallen under her spells. Guyon resists temptation and destroys the bower, freeing the men at once. In it, who were held at once. Book 3 focuses on the Britomart, who represents chastity and who is unusual because she is the only major knight in the book who is a woman. She originally comes from Britain, but after seeing a vision of her eventual husband, Arthligal, shown to her by the famous wizard Merlin, she becomes obsessed. She trains in knightly ways so that she can set out in search of Arthligal, taking along her nurse Glance to act as a squire. Britomart meets and gravely wounds a knight named Marinel, who has been warned to avoid women, but who will go on to marry the fair maiden Florimel, who is renowned for her chastity and wears a gold belt in the later book. Britomart also meets Scudamore, who is looking to free his lady Amarita from the evil wizard Busrain. Britomart tracks Busrain down and allows him to live on the condition that he free Amarita at once. Book 4 focuses partly on Campbell and Triamond, who embody the virtue of friendship, when Campbell holds a tournament to find a man worthy of marrying his sister Canacee. The 3 brothers Pyramond, Diamond and Triamond enter. Campbell slays Priamond and Diamond and their souls get transferred to Triamond, who manages to hold his own against Canacee in marriage. Having earned Campbell's respect, Triamond and Campbell become great friends, with Campbell even marrying Triamond's sister Cambina. Without knowing each other's identities at first, Britomart and Artigal meet and fight in a tournament, with Britomart being victorious. When they take off their helmets, however, Artigal falls in love with Britomart and Britomart recognizes Artigal as the man from her vision. Later, Amerita is captured by a savage Carol and Scudamore tries to save her. Author and Square Timaeus help Amerita escape the evil man, and eventually she is reunited with her beloved Scudamore. Despite Britomart and Artigal declaring their love for each other in Book 4, Book 5 sees Artigal traveling on his own with his iron companion Talus and representing the virtue of justice. Though Artigal is a powerful man who subdues and punishes anyone unjust who stands in his way, he ends up defeated and captured by the Amazon queen Radigund, who humbles him and locks him up in a dungeon. Talus manages to inform Britomart of the situation, and she comes to rescue Artigal, beheading Radigund in the process. Freed from captivity, Artigal returns to his original goal of freeing an innocent woman named Irina from an evil tyrant called Grantota. He beheads Grantota, and Irina is restored to her rightful place on the throne. Book 6 follows Sir Calidore, who, at the request of Faerie Queen, is pursuing a monster called the Blatant Beast and who represents courtesy. Though Calidore is a good knight, he considers leaving it all behind when he witnesses the pastoral lives of some shepherds, and particularly when he meets a beautiful shepherd's daughter, Pastoral. Calidore lives peacefully with the shepherds for a while, until suddenly some brigands attack and ransack the village. Many shepherds are killed or captured, and Calidore leads a daring rescue to get Pastorella back. After saving her, however, Calidore decides that he must continue his quest to subdue the Blatant Beast, which continues to threaten the reputations of noble knights and ladies. Calidore finds a beast, muzzles it, and forces it to follow him like a tamed animal. Eventually, however, the Blatant Beast breaks free and it continues to roam the world. Only 2 cantos from the middle of Book 7 survive. Mutability, also called change, is descended from Titans and argues that she should rule heaven instead of Jupiter, but her challenge is unsuccessful. The 7th book doesn't have a definite ending because Spenser died before completing his planned 12 books, and here ends the summary. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.